Hey, what's up, everyone? So most people know that E.T., or at least a character or a set of characters like E.T., appear in the Phantom Menace. And many people know that James Luceno in Cloak of Deception was able to actually give the main senator a name. And I'm not going to pronounce it here, but it's basically Steven Spielberg's last name backwards as sort of a funny in-universe joke because, Spielberg's the guy who created E.T., right? But what's neat about Luceno in Cloak of Deception is that he goes a little bit further, not just giving him a name, but he provides a name for the E.T. species home world, Brodo Asagi. I may be pronouncing that wrong. But although that sounds like sort of a Star Wars-y name that you'd give an alien species, the name of their planet, in reality it actually comes from this, what in effect is the E.T. expanded universe. Most people, of course, have seen the film, and here on the left is the novelization by William Kotzwinkle. But on the right, fewer people know, is the actual official sequel, the in-universe and continuity official sort of sequel to the E.T. expanded universe, right? Also written by William Kotzwinkle. E.T., the Book of the Green Planet, where the name Proto-Asogi for the homeworld is actually mentioned for the first time. So this isn't just Luceno making this up. He's actually connecting with sort of a deeper existing lore that already has been established for those characters. What's neat is that, E.T. in the film actually sees, for instance, someone on Halloween dressed up as Yoda and seems to sort of react. And, in your kind of headcanon, you could basically argue that, well, somehow E.T. ends up here in this time and place, and of course recognizes, if not Yoda, at least the species that Yoda comes from. And that's kind of cool. And there's some other Star Wars sort of connections in that film as well. But the Yoda connection is what provides us, I think, a slight headcanon opportunity to connect that with what Luceno provides as a potential way in which the E.T. character made it here. Because he describes that one senator, again, named after Steven Spielberg, is actually sort of an offhand comment about how he's actually funding sort of like a galactic survey. What in effect you might almost consider like an outbound flight sort of a thing. And what's somewhat plausibly the case then is that it's probably that E.T. character joins that expedition and through some weird set of circumstances ends up on this planet many, many, many years into the future, right? And then is able to recognize a character or a species like Yoda. But again, these connections began not with the Phantom Menace and not with James Luceno's Cloak of Deception, but right here with the E.T. expanded universe. So again, if you're thinking in terms of having the most expansive EU collection, it's worth considering whether or not to pick these books up. And of course, not to be outdone, but not only do we have the original and the sequel here, but you've got to have the 20th anniversary update for the sequel. And just for fun, let's go the full Monty and let's talk about this, Letters to E.T. Now there's really no connection with this book in the EU, but again, if you're already collecting E.T. books, why not pick it up? This is basically something that collects a bunch of letters that kids wrote to E.T., that like real kids wrote to E.T. So it's a fun collection of things that they say, oh, I love you, E.T., and drawing pictures of you and stuff. It's just a neat thing to have. Again, if you're going to have an E.T. book collection, why not just have the full Monty? So there's more out there. There's coloring books, there's additional sort of reference guides and stuff, but at least sort of a place to start for your connection to the E.T. EU with the vast Star Wars EU. Pick up at the minimum the Book of the Green Planet, the sequel, where we get to learn more about the home planet, where we get the name Proto-Asogi, which we later learn more about in Cloak of Deception.